Hello and welcome to Bad Decisions Club Presents Art
Hi.
Stream. That's right. We have a player out due to some health issues, and we are going to do some artwork instead of tonight's planned session. We're going to go ahead and make up this session next week. God's willing, and all of that. So 1 week from today, that'll be the 8th of August. We're going to go ahead and do this session. But please don't click off now because we're going to still have some really good fun for the next at least hour, maybe two. And we're going to talk a little bit about the story, a little bit about ourselves. We're going to make some art. And when I say we, of course, I mean primarily Gale. And it's going to be pretty spectacular. But first, my friends, I need you to introduce yourselves and tell me who you are and not who you're playing tonight, because it's just you today. And we'll start with Gale.
Hi, I'm Gail or Olivia, and you're seeing my screen right now pinned, but I'm looking forward to everybody's art tonight. Can we get the DM on a tablet? We'll see.
He has one. It's not plugged in though.
Hey, bad art is still art.
I'm pretty okay at doing form drawings, where you're not really interested in details, you're just doing the pose and that's it, usually with like a scribble. I'm actually pretty okay with that. But maybe one of these days we'll do a DM does art badly stream.
Here's what I'm hearing. Is that we need to do like a telephone or like a trade the canvas stream where like Rob, you draw like the gesture, and then somebody else does the anatomy, and then somebody else does the costume, and then somebody else does the coloring.
I do like those collab pieces.
Yeah.
Or one of our in-game puzzles needs to be charades.
How is it we don't even have rails on this session and we're already off the rails? How is it? This isn't even a D&D game and we're already... Okay, we were doing introductions.
You have no power here.
You have no power here.
Let's... Professionalism, friends.
We're
not
great
really.
at this.
Is that a food?
Jeff, expound a little bit more upon who you are.
Hi everyone. My name is Jeff. I'm our resident artist and all-around layabout nerd. So I will be doing art this week because I finally got convinced to join one of these things because I was not horrifically busy at the time.
Hell yeah. Quick question. Gale, does that go into the resident supercut?
No, it's not
I
called.
haven't updated that thing in months.
It wasn't Calder, but it was Jeff resident. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Think about it.
That would be the joke.
M, who are you? And how you doing tonight?
I'm M. I'm not playing Dell or Hyacinth or Lore or Vic tonight. I am one still working on all of things, and I have zero creative ability right now due to executive dysfunction. So I'm going to be cleaning my inbox and talking.
And you have done so much amazing artwork. It's like nobody could ever possibly doubt that you are incredible at this.
I did the coloring for the most recent ones. The lines were done by Jen.
Yeah, I really like those collabs. And I in fact, kind of want to start there because over the course of this campaign, you've all kind of traded off artistic positions for, for character portraits and that sort of thing. And the most recent portraits are very much collaborative. And was that something you did on purpose, or did you just like one person drew it and the other person just decided to pick it up from there? Like did you intend to do an awesome collaborative set of pictures?
Jen did drawings and was like, I need to upload them into the computer.
And we all just kind of took a crack at it.
And then Gail was like, I have a need to do line work right now. And then I was like, I just want to color them.
Amazing. And the colors are so incredible, and the line work is so incredible. And like all of that lettering is hand done by Jen. So, credit where credit's due there too.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I love how they all came out this time around. I have Charlotte's complete one here. I don't know if I have all of the others. the completed versions. Like I did all the line art, but I don't know if I have all the final colors on my computer to pull up. Nope, I only saved Charlotte's. I'm great.
You're good at
They
this.
saw it. If they were here during the
wait.
intro, they saw it.
Wait, no, okay, I have
I can
there's
send them to you
Dell.
real quick.
There's Dell. Pull it up. I do have Dell, and I have both versions of Calder.
Yeah, the newest one, the one that was I didn't finish Maven. I did that live in our last game. I'll send it to you real quick.
Yeah, there's Dell.
I do appreciate the effort to give them to give Dell and Calder a slight passing resemblance.
Definitely. Like, there's definitely a bit of like similarity there, enough to be like, oh yeah, it makes sense. They're definitely at least half brothers. Oh, and there's Calder.
Ah, shit! I downloaded too many things.
So really quick, if you go back and forth between the Calder and Dell layers, like the shape of the face, especially the nose,
The facial hair.
the eyebrows are very similar as well. Yeah, I like a lot how similar these
That
two
was
are.
before I finished the Delmain one. I did make the little holes in the letters white as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I sent you the Maven one through the Discords.
Yeah, that's always been a weird detail that I've been enjoying watching, because I've been a fan of D&D forever, and tieflings weren't a thing once upon a time, and so watching one of the most popular changes to the setting kind of seed itself everywhere has been really fun to watch. Like how watching, so like tieflings are a thing that should exist and are fun, but didn't exist at one point. So Faerun, an established setting for the last many decades, watching it try to incorporate new information is really interesting.
Yeah.
And like now it's a partial retcon. Like tieflings were a thing that was always possible, rarely happened, but then an entire city got teleported into hell and then teleported back. And when it got teleported back, all of its citizens were tieflings. It was weird.
Yeah. D&D lore is always, regardless of what world you're in, it's ridiculous. It's absurd and awesome. Now,
there she is.
There she is. At some point, I want to talk a little bit about the current sort of state of affairs and how we got to where we are. But also, I'm curious as to what the first piece of artwork that we're going to see tonight is going to be about. Although there is Maven, our newest character, played by Jen Winterrose. Incredible so far.
Ah, look at the glowing on the fucking ladle. I love it.
Thank you. Actually, if you look through them, everybody has something that's glowing.
There's a little bit of lighting in all of them. Yeah, it's amazing.
Calder's got his staff. Dell's got his like holy symbol and his
The laurel.
laurel.
Yeah, basically what I did is I was like, what's the magic item on the thing? Let's do that for the glowiness.
Yeah.
You have just magic in your
Just
hand,
magic.
so
Well, it's because we were thinking like Charlotte's normal magic is like kind of a transparent blue, but then like the warlock magic, because it comes from the patron, so it's all rainbow.
it's full of rain. Not that Charlotte can tell the difference.
Not really.
Maybe the different wavelengths feel different. I don't know.
I also
her kind of blindness is that she can tell if an area is lit or not, but she doesn't have color recognition now.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
also each thing has a different shading color as well. So like, which is like opposite to the light color. So Charlotte has primarily like a yellow light, but I did a lot of like all of the colors light wise. So I used a purple there, like a deep like blue purple in the shading. Dell's color for light is blue, so all of the shading is yellow. Then Calder I did too. So one with purple with pink light and green shading, and one with green light and purple, like pink shading. So it's like a green, pink, green, pink, green. And then Maven used like a cyan light, so I had red as the shading color.
Yeah, like her rosy cheeks. Yeah, I can see it. That's great. She seems like a very rosy-cheeked kind of person.
I think the only note that I got from Jen when I sent her like the not finished yet sketch was like light pink lip gloss. So yeah.
I like how she's very like Maven is a matronly character. She has kids. She's been married. She's very feminine in the character design Jen came up with. Wears a bonnet, has like flowers on the ribbons, and is still just like carving through motherfuckers in combat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, and to be clear, she averaged about 28 to 30 points of damage every round that she existed in combat. It was pretty amazing. It was incredible to see. I am become death, basically, destroyer of NPCs.
Yeah.
Werewolves
Specifically so far.
Okay, we don't.
Lionar made the obligatory Firefly reference. Thank you, Lionar, for your service. We appreciate you.
Yeah. So do we want to get to drawing? Now that we've shown off the wonderful new character art.
Yes.
I admit the art I've been working on lately has nothing to do with this game, but
That's fair. That's fair.
so I'd rather not show those because they're for other things, but I wouldn't mind taking requests.
We have a few in chat already. We've got a brain in a jar on top of a headless flesh
You can
golem
ignore
for no
mine.
reason.
It's not important. It's not a thing that's ever going to happen, I'm sure.
Any number of characters in superhero cosplay.
Ooh.
And then
choice.
characters of your choice as 60s Bond-esque spy thriller.
So hold on. Calder is clearly Raven. Right? Can we agree?
If I'm doing Titans?
Like
Kevin Bowles.
Calder is Raven. Now, like not necessarily Titan specifically. That's just the first person that I really thought of when I thought of the kind of shadowy power that Calder wields.
Mm-hmm.
What other superhero vibes do we have? Is Maven the Hulk?
No,
she doesn't get angry. She just gets disappointed at you.
I think she's more Captain America.
She kind of is. She's got that moral center.
So far.
Jeff, you were saying?
Nothing. I'm just like formulating ideas.
If you're drawing, you can totally share with us what you're drawing instead of us looking at all of Gail's files.
Oh, fuck. Does that show? Whoops.
Yes, it all shows.
Okay, good thing I didn't go into a certain folder. Okay. Good to know.
Only a certain folder? Okay,
I'm
that's restrained.
I'm
That only
let me
means
have
they're
a moment.
organized. It says
Just
nothing about
one
restraint.
folder.
There is art that I have uploaded for Rob in the campaign to use, and there is art I have not uploaded for Rob in the campaign to use.
For very specific reasons, I'm assuming.
So yeah, Jeff, let's see your screen.
No, I'm no longer on my
Awkward
computer. I hit a frustration point with my on-screen tablet because this is a carryover. I had to do a reset not too long ago, and I had just realized that I had downloaded a bunch of brush files into it, and it was a pain in the ass to get them installed, and I don't care to do that right now. So I'm on my iPad at the moment, and I will be drawing there.
I'll put my thing up and look in a different thing. I'm trying to. Somebody in chat asked for Kevin Bonewolf, and I'm trying to find the.
Oh man.
Where's the Gen one? Oh, there's the Gen one. Okay, what folder is in that? Okay, that's a safe folder to search through. All right.
Where's
Jen
the
did
hornier?
it. What?
I said, where's the hornier at?
That's like I said, it's in the full.
A measure of
file.
separation.tumblr.com.
Oh yeah, there's some there. There's nothing
There's-
truly not safe for work there, but there's some.
And if there was, it would be tagged.
I tag properly.
Now, in this picture, I love this picture, by the way, but I feel like Kretha is much taller than she would actually be.
Proportionally, yeah. Like Kevin
I
could
think
be
we come up
slumping.
to his waist in this.
Yeah, if she's 3 foot even, and he's like what?
He's
5'9".
he's I think I described him as pretty tall, right? Didn't I?
Yeah, because it was the Rob insert.
It was kind of the me insert, which is why that kind of
Okay.
looks like me.
To
But
be fair, for humans, 5'10" is pretty tall.
I wouldn't know.
Like on average in America, I think 5'8" is the average adult male height.
I think
I-
it's 5'9".
I had a
Something like that.
student literally today, like, ask me about another teacher, and they were trying to describe them, and they were like, the teacher's pretty short. And I looked down and I said, I'm so sorry, but you're all pretty short. That doesn't help.
See here, let me do this. So let me red line real quick. So if this is from his shin to his heel,
Yeah.
that's
And that's
what,
going to be, what, 2 or 3 feet closer to the camera than his chest.
yeah. So if we just
A
if we
foot and a
take
half.
this, we take this over here, and then her waist kind of stops there.
Let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
she's a little tall.
put it,
Maybe she's
put that original measure by her leg, the leg that's forward.
yeah.
So from her foot to knee is almost the same. Not quite the same,
No.
but
No, because that's yeah.
Yeah, to her heel, because I measured to the heel.
right.
So her heel
Anyway,
is
I'm
like
not actually
here.
complaining. I'm just
Yeah.
noting a little bit of discrepancy in the scaling, but I really love this picture.
Also, if you think that like knee to heel is the same measurement as like a kneel to butt,
No.
so
Yeah, but it's just it's very cute. I like
Yes.
maybe he's like he looks like posture wise that he's like shrinking down in his
Mhm.
seat, and she's a little bold and forward, you know.
And she's got a lot of power at this point. Like, yeah.
It's a very cute image. I like it. And apparently this is at some point where she's drinking again. So maybe this is in a few years since she got taller. Who knows?
Okay, because of course everyone who swears off drinking means it forever, right? Everyone who says, I'm never gonna drink again, like the next morning, they always hold to that for at least years, yes.
all of the alcoholics I know, every time they say it, it takes them about a day before they're back to drinking,
Mhm.
on average.
I'm catching up on the comments. What? Is the Clarion cosplaying Nightcrawler like a hinted dying thing? I don't get that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that one either.
Nightcrawler dies a lot.
Oh, that's fair. That's
He
fair.
does.
Well, I was about to say,
Clarion's only died once.
Clarion could totally be Jean Grey there as well, right? Like,
We're up to 16 deaths. on her.
16 now, yes. I also watched Death Battle.
I read the comics.
But, like, I like the superhero idea. Oh, Nightcrawler is kind of a tiefling. That's true, Kamino-sai. I agree. Like, he's got that... I'm
no,
literally part the devil.
No, that's like literally true these days because they've like retconned a lot of weird, dumb stuff for Nightcrawler.
But
Right,
isn't...
his dad like the actual demon guy now?
Yeah, it's the remember the movie Days of the what was it new First Class the X-Men First Class thing.
Yes.
Sure. The evil red teleporter.
Yes.
That's supposed to be Nightcrawler's dad.
Yeah, I got that.
Here's Clarion. He's so happy.
The weird part is that Nightcrawler is supposed to be
Yeah.
Mystique's kid as
Yeah.
well. So,
Here's Happy Clarion. Here's the Roper. Now we watch nature take its course.
Yeah,
I
don't know
see
how to...
I see Vic as Wolverine, which I really like. I also feel like Maven would make a good Wolverine because she's already short and she's already got that kind of like protective thing that he's got going on. But like Wolverine Vic is excellent.
So like Maven's old man Logan.
Nobody will ever match Hawkman's backstory, Lionar. Nobody ever, forever. Hawkman's backstory is ridiculous.
You'll have to be more specific, but I think I know which one you're talking about.
Bub.
There we go. The hairy forearms, it all matches. I mean, she's a little tall to be Wolverine, but...
Yeah, but
yeah,
she's
but so
tall
is
enough
Hugh
to
Jackman.
be-
Yeah, that's true. That's a point of contention among the fans.
What was it in?
No, I'm good.
There you go. There's... Oh, should probably get the beard. There we go. Sideburns. Yeah.
She has the sideburns already.
Yeah, now it just needs, like, the additional scruff.
She has a fair amount of like face scruff, but it's like not thick.
Yeah. Totally correctly proportioned Victoire for your enjoyment.
I mean, the fact that she's a werewolf, I mean, I have claws.
So,
So
who
technically, we should be Sabretooth?
Oh man, that's right.
She's hunting Wolverine.
That's super perfect. Like Vic as Sabretooth, I love it.
All right, what were the other ones?
Oh, I like the idea of her as like being Sabretooth but cosplaying as Wolverine. That's funny to me.
Do we have a like fourth wall breaking kind of Deadpool character in our game? PC or
I mean, there's
NPC?
Warmbow.
Not ours, technically.
Fair.
There is Warmbow. Though Warmbow's more of a like, hey, let's see how far I can go and get away with this and also get some laughs, hopefully, kind of character.
I feel many strong emotions. None of them make laughter, though.
Meepo is a thought.
Meepo very much lives in universe.
Right, true.
Trying to think.
Yeah, we don't really have like Jarlaxle winks at it a couple of times. But no, we don't really have any big like fourth wall breaking characters yet. That said, you are in the Dancing Hut of Baba Yaga, a place that famously travels the multiverse, including to real life prime material planes. So like, it's probably going to happen at some point.
Was there or something in the hut?
There was a Panzer, yes.
Yeah.
Which the module actually described as being in storage, but I had to put it in there because I like bringing in like, you know, disparate kinds of places to this sort of multiversal hut that's wandering around.
10 eye stalks. Boulders are hard to draw.
So what was that earlier? I heard about a brain in a jar.
Oh,
Yep.
no, I may have made a request of a piece of art that was a flesh golem, but it had no head, with a brain in a jar where the head would be. And there is no reason whatsoever I would ask for that.
Okay.
This is what peak male performance looks like, by the way. You may not like it, but this is it. Perfect.
Like a pickle jar, right?
Absolutely, yes. Of course. Oh, the Young Frankenstein
Oh,
reference.
shit.
I love it.
No, obviously Dell would be Deadpool.
Oh fuck! It is Dell.
Dell is kind of a Deadpool, isn't he? He really is. You're right.
Uses the sword and everything.
Yeah, and he knows I mean, Dell kind of knows he's in a game, right? Like he knows there's some weird shit happening.
I don't think he knows he's in a game. I think he's like, I exist.
Yeah, agree. 100%. Everyone else is loving the Mel Brooks reference. Quick aside, okay, just a round robin. Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles. Do you have a preference between the two? Is there one that you like better?
I have seen Young Frankenstein more recently, and there are parts of Blazing Saddles that have not aged well.
That's fair. That's also true of the producers, even after they remade it.
But I gotta say, some of my favorite lines come from Blazing Saddles. But I shoot with this hand. Just.
The parts of Blazing Saddle that don't age have very little to do, are entirely based on its content. Because the message it is trying to convey, even using those moments, is telling a point, but it's using archaic language for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite is Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's just that is my favorite.
That's a good one.
I admit I have a weakness for Spaceballs because it's still one of my favorites growing up. I remember howling at the "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey" scene.
There, so that's a tag, not a
speech bubble.
A speech bubble. Got it.
There we go.
Love it. That's amazing.
60s spies.
I was also thinking about the characters that you've met so far in the hut. So far, when you got in, first off, there was the skull at the gate, right? You also met Vladimir the cat, and King Beard, and a pit fiend. Is that everyone so far, or am I missing someone?
God, what the fuck does Deadpool look like?
That's about right. Yeah.
It's just that his face is kind of divided in half. Like there's a seam down the front. Yeah, that's it right there. That's perfect. You got it. Echo as a superhero.
I was actually thinking the 60s Bond thing. Echo would be a Bond girl. Come on.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, if we're talking modern superheroes, like I would love to see Echo as Iron Fist. I know that a lot of people hate Iron Fist for whatever reason. The show was
because the show was not good.
But comic Iron Fist is pretty good.
Oh no, the comic Iron Fist is great. The show was terrible.
I even what is it? In the Amazing Spider-Man animated show, Danny Rand was great. It was awesome. It was just the live action show that sucked ass.
I liked the live action show, but I liked it in that so bad it's good kind of way. Like the way that other people like The Room.
Happened recently.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Yeah, I could see Echo with Shang-Chi.
That's another one.
Except Echo liked his dad, and his dad loved him.
So did Shang-Chi's dad.
I haven't seen the film, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Lots of dad trauma.
Quick download about this. Shang-Chi's dad did love him. He just loved his mom more.
Yeah.
Camino Sai says that Echo is Peter Parker.
Oh, he is. Fuck.
Very agile, well-meaning, huge anime harem.
Which Peter Parker?
Yeah, let's be specific here. You haven't.
Well,
Probably fuckboy Peter Parker.
You haven't lost your Uncle Pracert yet.
No,
Oh,
but he lost
I'm
his
sorry. I
dad.
shouldn't have said yet. Just erase that.
What?
Just I don't know. Like the issue is that Echo is cool, and Peter Parker is never allowed to be cool.
Peter
Right.
Parker could be cool.
No. Spider-Man can be cool. Peter Parker is not allowed.
Peter Parker's allowed to be cool in universes.
In
I'm making a joke, but yes.
in some universes,
Oh.
yes.
And all roads lead to Peter Parker suffering is the joke.
I mean, that's true.
That
but
is
that's
so
beside-
true.
I mean, Echo's suffered a lot. That's not a reason, though. Gotta get those luscious locks in for Delmain.
Delmain looking in the mirror and seeing Wade Wilson looking back at him.
Oh, no.
Echo does not experience enough ambient suffering. That's true. All of Echo's suffering is from within his own mind, and also when he gets his ass kicked on the battlefield. But that's
Hey,
not
his
ambient
HP.
suffering. His
His
HP goes back up really fast, though, right? Because he's got a bunch of healers around him. So he's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, all of my bones are broken. Oh, I'm fine now."
He is yo-yoing that shit. Constantly.
Thumbs up. I do feel like there's a Spider-Man pointing meme reference there somewhere, though. Like somewhere there's a Spider-Man pointing reference. I love the choice of the
I would
laurel,
also
by the
say
way.
that. I would also say that it is likely canon that Dell can do the white space thing, the space between the panels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of arrived in the space between panels, right? Like, yeah, I love that. Jim Butcher protagonists, yeah, that's fair.
I don't
Much
wanna
ass
beg-
kickings,
I
many
don't-
sufferings, mostly
like-
because of how misogynistic they are.
It's like honestly, Jim Butcher protagonist is the same as 60s Spy, except that it's now it's just that we're watching the people without a budget.
Also, it's once again the tale of very divorced men writing fiction. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, he wasn't at the beginning, and you can
even-
tell
well,
when he did. But
Even at the beginning, the descriptions that he gave of the females in that
for sure.
series
Oh,
were
yeah.
a little bit rough.
yeah,
is
but
all
then
I'm
he
saying.
becomes bitter.
Then he becomes bitter. Yes.
And you can watch it happen. You can be like,
You can see
I
the tra-
see you got a
you can- you
divorce
can
and
see
lost badly in
like
it.
if you look closely, you can see the minute his soul shatters.
And it's when he kills the love interest.
Yep.
Spoilers.
and then starts sexualizing the character that his insert character knew since she was a very small child.
And that's
Anyway.
not at all.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move forward.
That's definitely not related to his actual life.
Any other wonderful suggestions for artwork should definitely come in now so that we can get past this very comfortable and normal
Oh,
topic.
I had a bunch. I had Hyacinth as Batman, Laura as a Red Lantern.
Ooh.
Ooh. Laura's a Red Lantern definitely hits.
I kind of see Meepo as
Oh,
a
no.
Green Lantern.
No. Laura has a lantern has a ring per season.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, yeah, but I mean the one that we've seen her primarily in, Red.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Like I gotta check my lantern lore for a second. Give me a second.
Where did it fucking go?
Speaking
I
of
just
lanterns,
put it-
Meepo could well be. He's shown so much willpower. He could well be a Green Lantern.
Meepo's a Green Lantern, no doubt.
Maybe it was a
This
Green
is-
Lantern for sure.
This is Jeff's take on that golem.
That was
Charlotte
indeed-
as Harley
that was a very,
Quinn.
very rough sketch, but yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, I love
I
it.
could see Charlotte as Harley.
That's so good.
Wait, Charlotte is what?
As Harley
Harley.
Quinn. Yes.
That's not. It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
On the outside, yes, she seems like a Harley Quinn. Unfortunately, on the inside, Charlotte is more like a Doctor Strange.
I'm actually seeing the Phoenix
Yeah.
Force in Charlotte right now. I'm seeing the Phoenix Force in that
No.
it took a person who was very compassionate and very caring and turned her into an instrument of destruction. And I feel like we are about a third of the way through that arc for Charlotte right now. I feel like she is becoming the Dark Phoenix as we go.
Okay, real quick.
But also Doctor Strange definitely works.
Okay, so Lore Summer is a Red Lantern. Lore Spring, I believe, is a Purple Lantern.
I'm not aware of all the lanterns. What's the Purple Lantern's thing? I
Uh,
also don't know what the Blue Lantern's thing
Compassion
is.
Mercy.
Okay.
Compassion Mercy. It's the Indigo tribe. They're all about. They will give you feelings by force if necessary. They're one of my favorites. I love the Red Lanterns. I love the Green Lanterns. I find the Star Sapphires unmitigatingly hilarious because they use their war cry is love conquers all, because they are channeling love, and they will do so literally conquering the universe with love.
I want to say the fall is probably yellow.
Fear, yes.
Or blue. I associate, because I played Changeling The Lost, I associate autumn with fear, whereas the D&D Eladrin, autumn associated with hospitality. But I'm like, no, listen, it's got to be spooky season over here. So like I associate it with fear, but possibly hope. And then winter is kind of like a sad depression line, but like not far enough to go Black Lantern, and probably then therefore white. But it's weird because I don't feel like a winter Eladrin fits well into the Lantern Corps.
Camino Sai says that Charlotte's more of a Poison Ivy than a Harley. I'm not sure I agree.
There's a real wide spectrum of Poison Ivies.
See, the reason why
That's
I said
true.
Charlotte on the inside is more like Doctor Strange is because she is full of that wizard hubris of she has the solution to every problem. It might take a bit, but she has the solution to every problem.
Yeah, that seems good to me. What, friends, is the Blue Lantern's thing? What's their source of power?
Hope. They are
okay. I could see Meepo as a hope lantern.
So I'm looking online, right, and I keep seeing, because there's 9 different Lantern Corps, they keep arranging them in a 3x3 grid, and I just keep being like, really, you're gonna go with the Blue Lanterns as chaotic evil? Interesting. Because of the D&D alignment scale.
Yeah, it does not translate well to that.
But it's funnier when you look at it, because it's like, depending on the things, they have like, oh, Indigo's there in this one, and like, Red Lantern is either in like the neutral good, the lawful neutral, or the true neutral.
They unwittingly invoke the alignment chart.
It's so weird because sometimes I have white and chaotic evil land, and I'm like, that's very confusing, and I don't believe it, but okay.
Okay, so...
Okay. But if we were gonna do... fuck me. I can draw.
Gold Lantern?
I hate to say it, but Calder is probably an Orange Lantern.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has driven a great deal by his longing and not having what he wants.
Okay, what about the Gold Lantern? Not for Calder, but for somebody else.
I appreciate, as a mathematician, the choice to put chaotic on top, most of these grids, no, do not change it. Most of the grids put lawful on top and chaotic on the bottom, and I appreciate the decision made here.
Most of the grids put lawful on the left and chaotic on the right, good on top and evil on the bottom.
Yeah, right, but I'm talking about like axis-wise. The positive axis tends to be lawful and then down to chaotic, right? Like that's the normal thing.
Okay, lantern colors. I think white is true neutral because it's all of the colors, right?
I would.
Yes.
White is life.
Yeah, true neutral.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lawful good is trying to be is the Green Lanterns. They are trying.
They're the cops.
They are trying.
Supposedly. They're comic book cops, so they actually do try to uphold the law.
Welcome, friends, to our DC Comics podcast.
They still also do a lot of the brutality, though. So.
Well, no, that's where we have the Yellow Lanterns. They are definitely lawful evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Okay.
Red, Atrocitus definitely is chaotic evil because his entire character motivation is I will burn this mother to the ground.
Okay, but listen to me about this tiny cat Dexter.
Oh God,
okay.
I love Dexter
but again,
so
he's
much.
a cat. So
just because the cat is a sympathetic protagonist.
At most, the kitty cat
Cats
is in chaotic neutral.
Evil.
Right. But the thing is that he became a Red Lantern because his
owner died.
Lovely owner got totally fucking murdered, and he was like, absolutely the fuck not.
It's a reverse John Wick.
And he deserves love and affection.
It's so much worse. They threw the cat into the river in a bag, and the ring came to him as he was in the water. Oh my! It's so sad.
And then he found that guy and ripped his fucking throat out,
and
which
melted
is the
their
correct
faces,
answer.
and then nestled in a nest made out of their bones.
Which
we
is
love Dexter.
honestly the correct answer. That is how it's supposed to go.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about the purple rings.
All right, so purple is
indigo.
Star Sapphire love, right?
Yeah,
that's pink.
But they still want to take over the universe. So I'm going to say neutral evil.
They are
very self-serving.
They are occasional allies of the Green Lantern Corps. They have a couple of members who are considered protagonists, but by and large, the Star Sapphires are not good people.
Yeah,
okay, and blue is
that makes
hope,
sense,
right? Blue's hope.
Yeah, blue's hope.
Very chaotic good.
Yep.
I might even put them in neutral good.
I was thinking the same thing, but I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me.
All right, what are the other colors?
We have indigo, which is compassion/mercy.
I would
that
go
could
lawful,
be
because of the specific lore around the indigo. I would say lawful neutral. Yeah. Because they are very.
Is this actually?
Well, if I can indulge the lore,
is this going to work? Is this going to work? Like, are we actually doing this? Are we going to make a video about how each Lantern Corps is one of the 9 alignments? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, and it makes sense that chaotic neutral would be orange, personally.
Yeah.
Hold on. Like, Jeff was going to talk about indigo real quick.
Yeah.
Like the indigo, like they're fucked up, and like they try to present it as like this really like positive rehab system, and like the idea is that they take the worst of the universe's criminals and force them to become indigo lanterns so that they feel nothing but compassion and empathy for all of their fellow beings in the universe. Unfortunately,
I also don't think there's humans.
When they are there's at least one to my knowledge, and they're like, this is all well and good, like, yay, it's a rehab program that makes you. Eventually, they get to a point where they don't need the rings to channel the light. It's really, yay, they actually feel compassion for all the universe. Unfortunately, like, it's still mind control. They're taking people, criminals, murderers, killers, yes, but they're taking away their personhood and agency to reprogram them. And that's...
I'm getting Babylon 5 vibes right now.
A little fucked up there.
Little bit of death of personality there.
So what is orange?
Orange is chaotic neutral.
Yeah, greed, chaotic neutral, absolutely.
Yeah,
they are the greed. There's only supposed to be one, with rare exceptions otherwise. And it's because only one lantern wants it hard enough.
Okay, and then what's the last one that we're missing?
And is
Black?
it neutral good?
Yeah,
It's
black.
black.
But
That's
that one
not
I think
neutral
is
good.
actually lawful evil.
Damn, it would have been so amazing if
No,
it
so
all just perfectly lined up.
So I actually found a lantern core alignment chart. Okay.
Who did they
Okay.
put as neutral good?
Who did they put it to?
Neutral good. That's our missing sector.
Blue. They put blue there, and they put
Okay, I could see that.
they put pink in chaotic good. And then they had red as neutral evil and black as chaotic evil. Other than that, we have the same ones.
I would argue. I would argue like I can see that argument, but I would argue a reversal for red and black because, like, specific to the lore, black doesn't. It destroys indiscriminately, whereas Red Lanterns are very deliberately trying to kill the status quo order because Atrocitus holds the Guardians responsible for the death of his entire sector.
Yeah, we have to.
Alright, so here we go.
Yeah.
Just sliding white over to being neutral good, and black death being true neutral. Because you said it's indiscriminate, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There was an entire plot line where it's the bad guy, but ever since then, it's been very much I don't care.
All right,
I mean,
here we go,
so the Black Lantern's like fucking thing that they talk about is the blackest night falls from the skies, the darkness grows as all light dies. We crave your hearts and your demise. By my black hand, the dead shall rise.
That's such a good oath.
That sounds more neutral evil than neutral.
Well, I mean, considering
when it says the dead shall rise.
What it is the Black Lantern are controlled by an entity that has it's the trope of the entity that existed before all life in the universe.
Yeah.
And everything was quiet, and now life is around, and it finds it unbearable, so wants to
the baby is
crying life so it can go back to rest.
So the
baby
other
is
thing
crying.
is that the at least 3, possibly 4, and maybe 5, because the Indigo Lantern is not in English, which makes me think that it doesn't have any human members, have specific call-outs in their oaths in relation to the Blackest Night as a thing that they're actively fucking fighting.
Yeah. It's because
So-
they were founded by Abin Sur. He's in the oath.
Yeah.
And Abin Sur is the guy who gave Hal Jordan his Green Lantern ring, so he was like this very influential Green Lantern that saw the Blackest Night coming. Thanks to Alan Moore's writing. Alan Moore wrote a very, very good story for Green Lantern where he has to imprison these eldritch horror abominations, and they show him a vision of the future. No, it gives a vision of the future of the Blackest Night.
All right, well, I gotta say,
I'm happy with it.
this is 100% solved forever, no notes, definitive,
Like, 100%
perfect.
Let's move on.
Done.
Right.
I don't know.
I can and will talk about comics all day. So let's move on.
Every evening when we run these sessions, I always like plan for certain things, and then you all take me in a direction that I did not have any idea I was going. I had no idea we are going to be crossing D&D alignments and ring colors. But here we are. I hate my microphone so much.
That being said, it makes sense for lore to be a lantern, because of fucking.
Yeah.
I went with
Definitely.
what are they fucking called? The sword warlocks.
Yes.
Hexblade.
The
Hexblades.
Hexblade.
I definitely can see. The thing is, I could also see Kreetha as Spider-Man only because she finds herself in situations where she did not intend to be. Like that's her whole thing, right? She goes off and does things and ends up with unintended consequences.
I have Calder's.
Oh, okay. Okay, what do you got for Calder?
Loki.
Okay, I see it.
Family issues, horns, royalty, pop collars from hell.
Depends on which Loki. Like young Loki,
Yeah.
totally young Loki. Still
Desperate to be on a
Loki?
throne.
No.
Lionar says, if you have a southern drawl, a Tex blade.
Yeah.
Experience beige. That was terrible.
I'm going to leave the call.
Either that or Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange works also really well for Calder.
I don't think that Doctor Strange works for Calder. Because, again...
He's full of himself.
But yes, I'm not... The personality may match a little bit, and the facial hair may match a little bit. But again, Doctor Strange... Maybe, I might be wrong. Doctor Strange is very much the... Give me the books, I will read them until I can do the magic. I feel like Doctor Strange is very much a wizard, especially since he had to ask to be trained, right? He did not have a natural magical talent. He lost the use of his hands, and then people or someone taught him how to do the magic. It feels like he's much more of a wizard. I feel like the sorcery, Loki is a good one. I stand by Raven.
Oh fuck! What the fuck is this? Billy Kaplan? Yeah, Billy Kaplan. There's your Calder for you. Family issues, mom issues in particular. Warlock is his name. I believe is a superhero name. He's part of the Young Avengers. He is one of the kids of
Yeah. Or Wiccan.
Wiccan. That's it. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
One of the children of
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the one of the fake children. Yes.
Another possibility for Calder, just based on the shadow magic, would be Cloak, but we would need a dagger.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Cloak is a good one.
Ghost makes an excellent dagger. Even has the color. Even has the color palette.
Ghost would be Hercules.
Oh, all very true. Like same with Thor. Some iterations of Thor.
Yeah, I see a lot of
If
Thor
Ghost
in
had
Ghost.
electricity stuff.
Oh, guys, Ghost is oh fuck, the fire dude for the Fantastic Four, Johnny.
Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze.
Little egotistical,
Johnny
wants to be in the spotlight.
Actually, Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider.
Oh shit, you're right.
It's Johnny Storm.
Who's
Johnny
Yeah.
Storm.
Yeah.
Wow. How did I not get that? Yes, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. At least I can say that part and be correct about it. God damn.
Yeah. That's what I see for the Ghost, like personality wise. Maybe not powers wise, personality wise. I see Ghost as Johnny Storm.
Yeah, dagger is the light to Cloak's darkness, right? It's a yin yang kind of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, that's their dynamic. Is they're all about this.
So Echo could
balance.
be if we were gonna do this specifically with that, we could
Echo is
do
both Cloak and Dagger.
Echo being dagger and Calder being cloak. I could see that, especially now that they have canonically probably banged. Only probably. We cut to black, but probably.
Echo has glowy powers, so there is that. Yeah.
Right? Like your whole all the tattoos on your face that glow, and yeah,
Right.
it could work. I could see that artwork.
So which one is Hellboy?
Hellboy would be one of my NPCs that I haven't played yet, or my characters that I haven't brought in yet.
Or Calder?
No,
Hellboy's
because
very much a
Hellboy is
puncher.
a punchy boy.
Boom.
He is a punchy boy.
He is a punchy boy, but he's also a clever boy, and he's also due
Look,
to
if
inherit a
So-
throne he really doesn't want.
You know
If
who's
Calder-
I
Calder's about to
stand by
start punching things.
I stand by Loki down to his color scheme.
you know who is super swole and punches things and also is red.
Oh fuck.
I feel like a
And he's
Hellboy
the son of
Pyre
an evil
combination
dude. Yeah.
could
yeah.
work
Yeah.
really well.
Pyre
Oh,
is-
Hellboy is Pyre. That might be true. Pyre is like that's the
Pyre
thing.
is
Pyre
all
looks
about
li-
the fire, right?
He's all about fire. He's all about like physical violence, and he enjoys his work. And like because it's me, the background stuff about Pyre is that he's a much better person than people assume he is.
Yeah.
But he
You
but he
gotta cut
critically
off
he
his
doesn't
horns,
correct
though.
people. He doesn't correct people by being who he is. But like it's like you want to destroy the world. And he goes, I don't want to destroy the world. That's where all my stuff is.
Don't look at that. I don't know what Hellboy looks like. Moving on.
Well, that's right. That's correct.
Like I had the big fist and I was
The
like,
hand
shit.
was right.
The
That's
hand
all
was
I
right.
knew.
That's
He's-
correct.
he's
You
very
gotta- if
blocky.
You gotta cut his horns off a little bit. But other
Oh,
than
that's
that,
right.
perfect.
That's right.
Yeah,
Gotta
he
get
has
to
to he has to have his horns trimmed.
One
back.
horn has to be cut. That's true. Or is it both of
at
them?
least.
It's both.
Both
It's
of them.
both. It's both of them. And keeps him shooting him.
Nice. He's basically a refrigerator with a big fist.
I mean, yeah.
Big
I
fucking gun.
I have described him to other people as what would happen if a red lizard just devoured an entire appliance section at a restaurant, at an outlet store. So
I love the like
Here we go.
I love the linebacker vibes we're getting here. My shoulders are my shoulders are bigger than my head.
All right, what else do we have in the chat? Let me see.
Phenomena.
Yeah, Vic is Tony Stark if she wasn't busy being Wolverine / not Wolverine.
When I first concepted Vic, the idea was like, okay, a mash straight up between Beauty and the Beast's daughter and Tony Stark.
I love it.
Okay, so friends, I have very little understanding of the Blue Beetle.
Mhm.
Psychonthrope says Kreetha as the Blue Beetle. Now,
Yes, but specifically Jaime Reyes.
yeah,
so
weirdly and honestly,
fucking
Victoire,
Durgadin is the Beetle.
Victoire also makes a good Ted Cord
Yes.
because Ted Cord's is more business oriented, is very like very purposeful, extremely intelligent, and driven by kindness, but has this emotional withdrawal, and has a best friend in the entire world,
now
Wait, Vic is Ted
which however
Cord?
makes Kreetha booster gold.
No, she's Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle.
Wait,
trying to-
Vic or Kreetha?
No, I'm saying Vic would be Ted Cord Blue Beetle, and Kreetha would be Booster Gold.
Trying to
Dog.
fucking remember what fucking Blue Beetle looks like. Fuck. There's lots of
It's just a guy in a blue suit.
right. There's
I hope
black
that
and
helps.
blue, and there's like beetle kind of insect things about it.
Yeah, like in
One
the
hand
like
turns
the
into
lining.
a gun. Also, like
Oh
makes
yeah, no, Psychonthrope I know.
main
It's more
stuff.
of I was trying to figure out if they were talking about Kreetha or Vic.
So now I'm looking at Pyre, I'm looking at Kevin Bonewolf, and I'm like, who's the Tick? The Tick is invincible, also kind of himbo. Like, Pyre works,
My food are so bad.
but also
I don't think we have a strong tick analog because the tick is weird.
he's
It's
also got
because-
that fourth wall knowledge as well.
No, the series has that. Tick doesn't. That's the point.
Ah.
'Cause Tick's, the entire point is the tick's an idiot taking everything seriously. Whereas everyone around him is cynical and breaking the fourth wall constantly.
Okay, so looking at this picture that Gail has just made, no Stinky, it's me, don't eat this bug. I'm suddenly seeing the tick as Stinky, because the tick has that moth like
But,
underling,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I
It's
definitely
like-
think that Stinky sees Kreetha as his underling.
I can see that.
I have no. All I remember about the tick growing up was that it was on too late for me to watch when I had to go to bed because it was a school night. Like, I'd have no reference for what the tick
How rude.
His battle cry is spoon. Because
That's
he looked
the
at a
only
spoon.
thing I know about the tick.
Also he's like invincible. And once they made a clone of him out of his snot, and it turned into a snot tick, and he defeated it by snorting it up into his nose. This was a real thing that happened on children's television.
There's a moment in the Tick comic which is truly brilliant, and I love it to pieces. It's a close-up of a man holding a twig in front of his face, and he's wearing a mask saying, "I am a bush. I am a bush. I am a bush." And the panels like lead out, like zooming out, he's one of several people all holding sticks with the mantra, "I am a bush. I am a bush." And it gets further and further until like the camera is like inside of someone's apartment, and a guy's like looking out at the horde of ninjas on the other roof and going, "Wow, that roof garden's really gone to hell." Because he just sees a bunch of people muttering, "I am a bush," and apparently it's working.
Lionar, before he goes to bed, says that the tick is basically Kronk, and I agree. Like, the
Same-
ultimate in
same
dumbass
voice actor.
himbo. Was it the
He
same
brought
voice
that
actor?
up.
It's the same
Yeah.
actor.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to confess something to you that I've never told anybody, okay? Are you ready
You
for
don't like
this?
Superheroes.
I've never seen The Emperor's New Groove.
That's a problem for you.
You are missing out on one of the funniest movies ever made.
I've seen all of the memes, but I have not seen the movie itself. Kamino-san, no! I didn't mean it. I'll watch it soon, I promise. The Tick was so the cartoon was kind of on the same level as like Freakazoid, where it was very absurdist. It was very like, it was a spoof with love of the superhero genre in general, right? That's kind of what the Tick was. That's kind of what Freakazoid was. Oh, I love the Raven Calder. It's amazing.
I like the fact that it's the Teen Titans Raven as opposed to the bird one.
Yep. Come on, I grew up on Teen Titans. It's
But also because that bird costume could fucking die. It's a
They
bad
just
guy
did
costume.
recently a death battle on Raven across the multiverse versus the Phoenix Force. And that was a great fight. The problem is, apparently Raven at some point interacted with and was on par with pre-Crisis Superman. Like, apparently
that's-
Raven's dad was like involved in the Crisis of Infinite Earths.
It's a thing. Yeah.
And anytime you bring in pre-Crisis anything, like, basically you win automatically.
I mean, yeah.
The Phoenix Force can destroy universes. That's fair. But, like, apparently Raven at her absolute best
it's the entire conceit of Death Battle is they are always examining the characters at their strongest.
Yes. Except when they specifically say that they're not doing that.
When they explicitly call out specific versions because things get muddy.
Yeah. They recently did like Nimona from the Netflix series versus specifically Teen Titans Beast Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Beast Boy won that one only because like popularity.
Also, like, frankly, it's depth of material. Nimona is extremely shallow compared to the decades.
That's also true. Yes.
Beast Boy is, I believe, the second oldest young sidekick to superheroes. Only Robin predates him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beast Boy with the Doom Patrol has been around almost as long as Robin as a character has been around.
Mm-hmm.
He's never allowed to grow up.
Yeah, which really sucks because Garth is a character that's ripe for growth, especially now because that's kind of what the character wants to do in the comics. But nope.
They finally did it for Peter Parker in the recent Spider-Man movies. They finally made him like an actual adult.
And then a bunch of other adults.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Peter Parker, right? I don't want to say the original, but like the one who is mentoring Miles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one who had the kid
Peter B. Parker?
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker, yeah.
He has been generally assumed to be from our universe.
Right, because the flash of his New York City looked the most like reality.
I thought, and I could be wrong, at the end...
Also, he seems like the person who would say, like, Alexa, play Despacito.
Definitely. At the end of the 90s Spider-Man show, apparently there was a bunch of multiversal shit. Like, Spider-Man and multiverse is apparently just a thing that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And at one point, he met an actor that plays Spider-Man.
Yeah, no,
in the cartoon.
Yeah, in the cartoon multiverse crossover, they're all there in their different, Spider-Man outfits and uniforms, but one of them doesn't have any powers, and like it's not explained until the very end. It's like, I'm an actor. Spider-Man is a character in my universe. I don't know why I got pulled into this.
And of course he ended up like being the pivotal like piece in the right place at the right time, right? Yeah. But like I always thought that was the Spider-Man from our universe, but I don't know.
The Spider-Man multiverse stuff, there's an entire like it is actually really close to what you see in the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's a thing. That's being drawn on.
Maven is Aragorn. Maven is Aragorn.
Yeah.
Bringing the ghosts back. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it struck me. Maven is Aragorn.
If Maven used a sword, I would believe you.
There may or may not be a sword at some point in the future that may or may not be very attracted to Maven's way of fighting. I'm not going to say anything else. But
she's literally the Iron Ladle. Like, I don't think she's gonna drop her titular weapon.
Maybe if the weapon is very persuasive. But like, it's not like, I mean, Jen knows all about having sentient weapons, right? It's not like it's gonna happen a second time.
No, this time her character's gonna hand it to Charlotte because Charlotte handed originally Turkin and Dagger to Karitha, so it'll be payback time. Because Charlotte doesn't have enough voices going on in her head at the moment.
I also still like...
If she listens...
Go ahead.
No, if she listens carefully, Charlotte can hear the disappointed sounds of her parents.
That's the thing.
She doesn't, but she could.
She could.
I also still like Maven as Hulk. Like, I know that the anger is channeled in a different way, but there has been a Hulk that uses his anger to protect others as well.
Yep. Like, there are so many versions of the Hulk. It's absurd.
Well, the Hulk is another one of those people that's like the literal devil, right? Like, at some point, he's like actually Satan.
That's like been a relatively recent run, and yeah.
So many Hulks. There's even a red Hulk and a green Hulk, so you've got Christmas right there.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, the and that entire dichotomy is fucked on a different level. Red Hulk is in itself actually a really good character. It's
Yeah.
been really surprising. And but yeah, there's apparently one of the newer Hulk series is the Immortal Hulk, which is like a deep dive into the psychology of Bruce Banner and like why Hulk, why everything Hulk, and it's apparently like actually like tear-jerkingly good.
I have to say, like, for as much flack as Marvel Midnight Suns, the video game, got, like, when it came out, they portrayed Bruce Banner really well. Like, they really portrayed the torture of him not feeling like he can control his decisions or his path in life. Like, I really like the character of Bruce Banner, and I also really like the character of the Hulk. I'm a little bit less happy when Mark Ruffalo plays both. But
I agree, largely because I hate how they have the chance to pull it out and they haven't ruined it yet. But like a big part of the character is Bruce Banner is responsible for all of the crimes he commits as the Hulk, and everyone calls him the Hulk like that's his superhero name. But throughout the comics and throughout the material, it's very clear that the Hulk is a different person.
yeah,
And has their own motivations and their own interactions, their own relationships, and also whenever someone talks about like merging the two and absorbing the two, Hulk views that as a death.
yes. And honestly, Bruce should too, right? It would erase both individual personalities and create a new one.
Yeah, but that's not how comics will treat it, and that's not how I don't think anyone should treat it, because I like the idea of Hulk being his own distinct entity with his own motivations, dreams, and aspirations, because that makes that situation a lot more morally and ethically interesting, as well as making a very a character that's ripe for parody and ripe for Supermanisms, where they use him to solve all the problems by having it punch it really hard, and that's boring. And I like to see.
I mean,
the idea
considering Superman is just a strong man that got extra powers as it went down, like his main power is hit and get hit.
Mm-hmm. You're talking to someone who's like a big Superman fanboy here.
Yeah.
So, I think that is that perspective of the Hulk and that perspective of Superman is I agree. That's how they're used a lot of the time by bad writing, and there's a lot of bad writing out there.
Yeah.
But because there's a lot of really cool stories that can and are told about both characters that generally get ignored or get misunderstood. Like I hate, like I watched the attempts to do like the Planet Hulk, World War Hulk storylines, and those are never going to be translated very well into bigger story arcs, because that has to have so much going into it and has to unpack a lot of very intense emotions that a movie just can't do.
And they didn't go that direction in Civil War, right? Mm-hmm. In the comics version of Civil War, they locked Hulk away. They sent him off to a planet on a ship that was intended to explode if he tried to ever come back, because he is too powerful, and neither side should have that kind of destructive potential.
They put Hulk away,
and he found out, and it wasn't good.
And it backfired horribly.
Is that Swoops up there?
Yes.
I'm curious as to what Batman's plan for the Hulk would have been.
Ooh, like a battle protocol for what the Hulk how he would handle.
No, because you know how Batman has like a plan on how to take down each of the
anybody. Yeah,
that's the Babel protocol.
Yeah. In fact, I know the answer to this.
I'm sorry, you mumbled through that thing, or at least my sound didn't catch up at the same time that your words did.
Okay.
So, but that.
I know the answer to this because the very first comic I ever owned, and this is true, was a crossover Batman Hulk. Also, the Destroyer of Worlds and the Joker, okay? So Here's what he did, and this is so funny because it must have been an older comic, right? Batman threw a gas grenade that would knock Hulk out. And Hulk was like, ha ha ha, puny human. Your gas can't hurt me if I don't breathe. So he takes a big breath and holds it because he's the Hulk. I can hold my breath for as long as I can be angry. And the Hulk literally kicked him in the diaphragm.
Batman just kicks Hulk
Batman kicks him right in the diaphragm. He exhales, he inhales the gas, and he gets knocked out. That is how Batman defeated the Hulk in that particular comic. Now, I don't think that would work these days.
Yeah. This is more of a, like, how would he take out the Hulk while he was also taking out all of the other superheroes at the same time?
Yeah.
Because,
I'm pretty sure that's
he does employ in his battle plans, like, resources that are available in the DC universe. So I think he would use magic to put Hulk into an illusion. I think that's how you take Hulk out, is you just convince Hulk that you're not there, that reality is different.
I think that Batman's Hellbat armor could at least put up a decent fight against Hulk.
I think you're probably right, but I also think that, like, the Hellbat armor is hard enough to hurt Superman. So of course
that's what I mean, right? Like, it couldn't beat Superman, but it could at least deal some damage. And Superman's kind of like the gold standard of at least DC universe being a multiverse buster.
Yeah. That's what they can use Superman for in some plots, and I have two mixed results because I have, again, strong opinions about my boy.
Two bagels.
Swoops versus the Patron.
Yes.
It's funny because
green bagels.
There may end up being another player, right? If Charlotte's interested in coming to the attention of Baba Yaga, this could be two bugs that are about to get squashed.
Charlotte's willing to make a deal. With who? We'll see.
Okay, so I have to say a thing while you're finishing this up. This module, I have been deep diving into it so much because I have to copy paste every individual word from the PDF into Fantasy Grounds. This is the first time I've ever taken a module and adapted it to Fantasy Grounds myself. So I'm seeing every single word, and like these thoughts and ideas are swirling in my head. Like the hut of Baba Yaga and all of the encounters that you may or may not like come across over the next session or 3 have been just like tormenting my brain. I'm so ready for the next several scenes, and it's been a while since I've been this into a piece of D&D content, so I feel like my energy has been refreshed. I was burnt on this campaign for a little bit. I was having a rough time, but now I feel like I'm well on board again.
Sometimes you just need a break.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Or some revitalization.
So now I'm getting "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey."
That's exactly what
Hello,
I was
my ragtime
doing.
gal. So here's a thing that may or may not be true. I hear that the frog doing "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey," I hear that it was an attempt to get people to use the word hello when they picked up the phone.
I think it was, I heard differently. I believe I watched someone do an explanation on that,
Yeah.
where it was apparently mocking the use of the word hello because that was a new word in the vernacular.
Right. It wasn't teaching people to use hello. It was like mocking it. Yeah. Because like when this came out, the phone was fairly new. Like my history of cartoons and history of telephones are not like up to snuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like that makes sense to me. The original, oh, okay, so not the cartoon, but the original song. Got it. And it was halloo or something like that when you shout across to a ship, right? Like,
Yeah, it was supposed to be something akin to that.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. We're learning the
Still-
history of linguistics on our History of Linguistics podcast, friends.
Mhm.
Love it.
So I have the book, you know, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which has in it the magic item, Baba Yaga's mortar and pestle. And I read about that way before we ever said we were going to do anything Baba Yaga related in this campaign. And I'm just saying, if we get access to that magic item, it's a hell of a magic item.
And I know where in the hut it's stored.
I'm pretty sure that's one of those magic items that, like, she'll just kill us if we take it. That's what I'm down with.
Take it, maybe. Use it while we're here? Who knows?
So another phrase in contention for how you answer the phone would be ahoy hoy. Like ahoy makes sense, right? Like ahoy, like that was a word, but like ahoy hoy.
Mhm.
And Mr. Burns, of course, is super old fashioned, so he'd answer weirdly.
Yeah, let me go back through. What have we done? I feel like we just kind of breezed past Batman Hyacinth, but that's
Amazing.
fine.
Actually, the ahoy hoy thing, it is the way that Alexander Graham Bell used to answer the phone.
Oh yeah? That would make
Yeah,
sense.
so that's where that came from. So
Yeah.
it's designed as like very much a like the original way to answer a phone was ahoy hoy. And I can say that because of Alexander Graham Bell being the one who did that.
Okay, note to self, start all sendings with ahoy hoy now.
Yeah, for sure. Do it.
Okay, is there
No,
are there
I would say respond to all sendings with
With
ahoy.
ahoy hoy.
Okay, superhero is Barnabas Fury?
I think Barnabas is the Winter Soldier. Dude got mind controlled and attacked his friends, and he's a fighter.
See, I see him as the leader that's trying to organize everybody and doing a questionably bad job of it.
He's trying.
Like, he's trying his best, just like Nick Fury is. But, like, the number of times Nick Fury fucks up and, like, means to do well, but then keeps the wrong secret. Captain America, okay, that's fair. He's very much trying to be the hero, right? The one who does all the right things. The problem is Captain America always does the right thing, whereas Barnabas always tries to do the right thing and is often bad at it. Like, even when he was a scrawny weakling in the MCU, he's like, I'm going to jump on the grenade because it's the right thing to do. I feel like Barnabas is still figuring out how to be a leader, whereas Captain America kind of knew how to be a leader from the beginning. Barnabas is Winter Soldier. Yeah, okay, because he was like mind controlled for a minute there, right? Like, that's true. Sven is Professor X. Sven wishes he had Professor X's control over his life. Sven wishes that he could, influence others the way Professor X does.
And I doubt Sven has anything close to Professor X's crimes against humanity count.
Probably, that's true. Oh, who is Sven? Sven is powerful, well-meaning, but often doesn't fit in, right?
Vision.
Vision is a good one for Sven. Vision is an excellent one for Sven. I agree. Unfortunately, this is my first rodeo. Look, I've been to exactly...
He's a shield dwarf.
Perfect. Love it. Absolutely love it.
That's good.
All right, I think that's about what I got.
Magneto. Okay, so
Belloc thinks.
Belloc wants to be Magneto, right? Belloc wants to be Magneto. He wants to be doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. Every time I see Magneto was right on a t-shirt, I cringe because Magneto wanted the total and complete destruction or subjugation of humankind, right? I get there are some things he was right about.
It depends on which Magneto.
It depends on which Magneto you're
It's like that
talking
alignment chart of Batman's, and Batman can be any of the parts of the alignment chart depending on who wrote him.
Right.
Magneto is very similar.
Magneto's base reasons for wanting to fight are 100% valid and right. And I don't...
I mean,
so
and
I
in almost every timeline, he's validated with the creation of the fucking robot destroyers of the planet.
Yeah, the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Belloc's not Magneto, I agree.
Yeah, as soon as the plot line goes towards Sentinels, I'm sorry, Magneto was right.
Belloc wants to be Magneto. He wants to be right. He thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's not. He's 100% not. Belloc is more like... Belloc's more like the Joker, honestly. He does what he does. No, he doesn't. But no, he doesn't do what he does personally.
He doesn't enjoy it as nearly as much.
No, you're right.
What is that character? Like Dr. Dinosaur or something, where it's Spider-Man saying, right. You have the ability to cure cancer, and you're spending this power to turn people into dinosaurs.
The not at all problematically named Sauron.
Sauron, not the ring Sauron, the other Sauron.
Yes,
Belloc is Sauron.
Okay, yes, he is absolutely 100%. But he does have the air and like mystery and mystique and like sheer craziness of the Riddler.
A little bit.
Like, I'm not talking about the good stuff. I'm talking about the fact that he's a fucking joke.
Yeah, like if we're talking about like a joke, Riddler definitely fits him.
Yeah.
Depending on what version, Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. That's pretty Belloc. Very self-assured that his way is the way that's going to come out right on the end.
And like he wants to reset the world because of an oncoming ecologic disaster and has come back from the dead at least once.
It does work. That is actually really good. That's very appropriate.
Except that Ra's al Ghul is way cooler.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But now I'm imagining Belloc's like druid beard, like in the Ra's al Ghul like chin horns.
No, I like it better if you think about that fact that he looks like a Jedi.
He looks like a deranged hobo.
Yeah, but from the movies, he is a Jedi. He looks like Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, he dresses like a Jedi in the first half and a Sith Lord in the second half. Yeah.
To be clear, Jedi do kind of dress like hobos.
Yeah.
That's because they are hobos.
Right, because they're not allowed to have anything because they could have anything. Which makes sense. The Jedi should have these ridiculous, over-the-top, dumbass restrictions on them because they hold the power of gods. A Jedi could stop your heart by willing it. I understand why they put these ridiculous restrictions on them.
Look, I think it's funny, the fact that Jedis, if you look at them, they're like, kind of like, you got some like Buddhism, Taoism in there thrown in, but also they dress and act the same way that I imagine Jesus to like dress and like act, being like, I am a hobo. I have
That's
a lot
Qui-Gon
of really
Jinn again,
useful
yeah.
skills, and I absolutely do not monetize them a little bit. I mean, but not just Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, it's also a little Obi-Wan. Okay, listen, Obi-Wan is also Jesus, and I'm not just talking
Fair.
about the memes.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Gale, are you okay? For a second, Gale, you looked like you were frozen. You might still be frozen.
I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Just making sure. Your frame rate dropped.
I'm just
Oh, I see.
mind blasting back to Duel of the Fates, watching that theater.
Yes, we suddenly saw an entire body just blossom into existence. We did not see any of the brushstrokes that got to that point. Ah, yes. Darth Maul.
Fortunately, had the coolest character intro of the entire Game of Stars.
Like
Some
definitely.
motherfucker show up and then Duel of the Fates starts playing. Pull the double lightsaber, like. I was like 12 when I saw that movie first, and nothing was cool.
Nothing was going to be cooler ever again.
Nope.
Definitely has benefited from better writing in in the later set. I do appreciate what they've done with Maul. Sam Witwer did amazing work with him.
Yeah, killing him off in the first video or in the first movie was like the biggest mistake they could have made. He was such a good potential recurring villain, and like the Gloomstalker Ranger just murked them in the first round, and the DM was like, "Well, shit, what do I do now?"
But now, but yeah, the current canon, Darth Maul didn't die until much later now, and he died a much better, much more poignant death.
In Rebels, no, not Rebels, in the Bad Batch. Wait, which one was it? It was Rebels. In Rebels, Darth Maul trying to be the apprentice or the master of the main character
Ezra,
there
for Ezra, yeah,
was so good, and I loved seeing him. I loved hearing him actually talk, right? Because he never talked in the film. And he's very well spoken and very like eloquent, and also will absolutely stab a bitch.
That is the wonderful voice work of one Sam Witwer, fantastic actor. Also, Star Wars alum because he was the motion capture and actor for Star Killer for The Force Unleashed.
I think, my friends, we are coming up on the end of this stream. We're coming up on an hour 45. But we've got some great art. We've talked about some great stuff. Anybody want to talk about anything in particular about either the game or not the game before we move on?
I am super looking forward to the next session. I am looking forward to exploring Baba Yaga's hut.
Yeah, I have
as much
some
as
ideas.
Calder has giant reservations about the entire thing. Jeff is excited.
It's been a while since we had a good old-fashioned puzzle, and I'm so glad that you all like figured it out so quick. Not even so quick, but like it took a second, it took a few like back and forth, what works, what doesn't, but a good puzzle like makes people feel great when they solve it. And I feel like this puzzle worked out in that way.
I'm looking forward to your Pictionary puzzle.
Anything else, my friends?
I think that's it. Thank you, everyone who joined us for this stream. The chat was amazing.
It absolutely was. Gail's voice and video are breaking up a little bit, which is why it's probably a good thing that we're gonna go. Yeah, and I can tell that you're reacting to that, but your actual face isn't reacting to that for like a second afterwards. My friends, thank you for being here. We are going to attempt, no like hard and fast promises, but we're gonna try to be back next week on August 8th. And we're hoping that will be a makeup stream so that the next one after that, which would be August 15th, I can do math, I'm a math teacher, August 15th would be another session. So the next 2 weeks should be sessions, unless something bad happens again, which, you know, real life is real life, these things happen.
Well, let's aim for it.
Friends, say goodbye to the viewers. Viewers, say goodbye to my friends.
Hey.
Hi, bye. Very good to
Bye-bye.
see everybody. Take care. We will see you hopefully in 1 week. Mark your calendars. Don't want to miss it. Have a great one, friends. Gail, of course, Psychanthrope, Camino Psi. Good to have you. We'll see you next time.